And how do we compare to other firms that you may have worked with in the past?
It's, I don't know how to put this in a nice way, but it's just very honest and transparency. Some of them can be a little, I don't know, sleazy, salesy, where I feel like there's alternative motives behind some of the advice because they're looking to sell more work. I've been given advice from Meyer Law where it's literally been, you know what, you could do this, but I don't think it's worth it. And it actually results in, not new billable revenue with Meyer Law, but it's the thing that keeps me coming back every single time because I know I'm not just going to get upselled for them to hit their marks. I'm going to get advice as if they were the ones sitting here running the business themselves. And so I appreciate that and have definitely not gotten that with some of the other lawyers that I have used in the past.
Yes. Oh, and I absolutely love hearing that feedback because that is something that's very important to us. We don't counsel based on, oh, how much money can we get out of this client? It's really like what is best for their business. And let's give them a realistic recommendation. Let's let them know what their risk is, of course, and then they can make that decision. But yeah, I've, seen it the other way so often. And it's very frustrating to me too, as an entrepreneur, to see
Yeah.
attorneys behave
And
in
the
that
costs
manner.
are always very transparent. I don't think I've ever received an invoice where I'm unaware of the time and the dollars that have been accrued towards whatever issue that we're working on. And that's also not the case elsewhere. And those surprises aren't fun because sometimes if you know it's going to cost you $15,000 or $20,000, you maybe wouldn't have made that decision, but it's just not as upfront at other places.
Tell me all about Code Health.
Yeah, so Code Health started in 2021. There's two founders who realized that there was a major problem in the medical code staffing area. They had both had extensive experiences in hospitals and doctors' offices. Every time you go to the doctor, whether at the hospital or a doctor's office, there is a medical chart that gets set up, and it needs to be coded by an individual before it gets processed for insurance or to the individual for payment. This is an extremely large pain point as there's different specialties and different needs, and as you can imagine, volumes can fluctuate quite drastically. If you think of our COVID years and how many people were in an emergency room, so they set out to help solve that problem. They have created a platform of over 7,000 on-demand medical coders. You can think of it like the Uber of medical coding, where they set up their profiles, they list their specialties, what they have their experience in, and then we connect with clients. And as they need you, they can peruse your profiles and say, accept or decline based on if they need your specific work. And then it's truly gig work for the medical coders. They work when they want, how much they want, and they get paid for what they complete. So we're helping bridge that gap and kind of have that ad hoc need to help them with those fluctuations. We do sometimes operate as like their full-time coding staff, but we have a lot of these arrangements where they've got people out on FMLA coverage or just have a backlog of charts because they've gotten behind and they need somebody to help get them out of it. I think it's perfect for mom. Work when your
Yeah.
kids are sleeping, work when they're at school, work when you want.
Yeah. How did you end up working with Meyer Law?
Yeah, my last company, they had already had a relationship with Meyer Law. When I joined Code, I was a little bit less than impressed with their general counsel, and I knew that we would really benefit from Meyer Law. So I reached out to Melody right away and said, "Hey, any chance we can work together again?" I think I was only here for a month before I reached out to her.
Amazing. And we love working with you. So this is awesome. And what services have you used from us so far?
Code, we've mostly used it for setting up our employment agreements from offer letters, PTO policies, commission. We did have Meyer Law look at a new lease agreement for us and give us some consulting on our employee stock option plan. In my prior life and my prior employer, I think I used you for just about everything from privacy law, informational security policies, client contracts, and all that good stuff.
What has been most valuable working with our team?
Honestly, just having a true partner. When I work for all these startups, I'm a jack of a lot of different trades and I can't be an expert in all of them. So I like to get the good relationships that I know I can count on for solid advice and someone that's going to know our business and treat our business kind of like an extension of their own. I know I can trust the advice I'm always given. Here's your options and here's the costs and here's the risks. And then it makes it really easy for me to be well informed and then come back to our team and make the right decision overall for the company. And it's what I honestly look for in any service vendor that I need to work with, because if the trust isn't there, it's really hard to work with them.
But what, if anything, could we improve about our service?
Oh gosh. Probably nothing. I honestly can't say I have a complaint. I've worked 4 to 5 years, I think, with you guys, and I can't
Yeah.
think of a single time where I'm like, man, really wish Meyer Law would have done X, Y, and Z. Out of all the different specialties and the different lawyers I've worked with outside of Melody, it's everybody seems to be at the same standard. They're responsive, they get their work done, and provide that transparent advice that I'm looking for. So I don't have anything for you.
Amazing. What would you give to another business that's considering working with us?
To do it. I don't think that they'll be disappointed. I haven't, so I wouldn't see why not.
Last question for you. Do you love your lawyer?
Oh, absolutely.
We're always here, if you need anything at all. And I really appreciate you taking the time to chat with me today.
Yeah, absolutely. Take care.
Awesome. All right. Bye.
Bye.